Everybody, welcome to another episode of Bronson's Soapbox, where I talk about fighting games. The reason I'm doing this is because I've been playing an obscene amount of Street Fighter V. Almost any day that I have a free, I have a free hour, a free 30 minutes, a free, anytime that I can basically get a string of matches in, I'm playing Street Fighter most likely. I'm completely addicted. The fighting system is super deep, super fun. Just mastering one character is just a joy in that game, and the fighting system is just it's so good. But I've noticed some problems, and it's not really for people like me. Or the game is made for people like me, but the problems aren't for people like me. Like if you're a person like I am, or Bremen is, where you've been playing Street Fighter in particular for years and fighting games for years, and you know about stuff like hit confirms and hit boxes and what move priority and frame data, then you like this game is perfect and you're enjoying the living hell out of it. Yeah, so it's a bummer that it doesn't have arcade mode to try stuff out on, but hey, training mode. But the problem is like getting new players into the game, because the reason that Street Fighter 2 became a phenomenon and became like adjusted for inflation. Street Fighter 2 made like $32 billion. And why it became that was because the game was accessible, and yeah, it was like the first of its kind, like this combo based fighting with these cool characters. But it was still this game that was like accessible. Like, yeah, combos were a thing, but they were really they were kind of easy to pull off, and that's all you kind of had to worry about, is like doing combos and looking for openings and stuff. And then they tuned the game and made it better and made it more complicated, and that was awesome, but not what people were looking for, I guess. But Street Fighter 2 was this huge thing, and I think that Street Fighter 5 and a lot of fighting games are not doing enough for people who want to get to that point of being competitive and being really into the game. Like, become those people like Bremen and I who are willing to go out and buy fight sticks and, do crazy shit, go to EVO. The game isn't doing enough for them, and I think a lot of games aren't. I don't think Tekken is. I don't think DOA is. Two games that did stand out to me and really are great for new players to like inch them into like, yeah, this is what hardcore competitive fighting is Persona 4 Ultimax / Persona 4 Arena and Killer Instinct, because both those games have very deep tutorials that walk you through like, this is what this is why you want to do it, this is what a hitbox is, this is what juggling is, and this is what our game-specific mechanics are. This is your persona. This is why you want to use your persona. This is what your instinct meter is. This is why you want to use it. This is what this is how you do a combo breaker. This is how you do, this is how you do it like an ultra finish, stuff like that. And then you look over at Street Fighter V, which should be like the king of the genre, especially because Street Fighter 4 did so well and like resurrected fighting games. And while it didn't have strong tutorials, it at least had a strong single player, so you could take time to learn that stuff and learn challenge modes and whatnot, or learn through challenge modes and whatnot. Is the fact that it literally has nothing. Like, its tutorial is a joke. Like, it's almost more harmful than it is beneficial. And like, if you are a new player, you play that story mode, which is a joke, like, very similar to tutorial. It's like, yeah, let's give you a full meter, 1-round fights, like, do 2 hits, pull off your super, your critical art, and you're done. And then you have the survival mode, which is, it's fine for what it is, but you're not gonna be getting a ton of practice in there. And then, like, that just leaves online play, which you're going to get smoked if you're new to Street Fighter. And even for a new player, or even for an old veteran like me, there's a ton of new systems in the game where I'm going online and I'm like looking up, like, okay, what is this character's V reversal? What is the useful situation for this? Okay, why should I reuse V trigger? Because it's like charge hard it's a charge Hadouken that breaks through a block, but like if I use it and then they I'm typically across the screen, so when it breaks the block, I probably won't have enough time to get over them, and just things of that nature. And I've been reading, and it's just like, why can't this game teach newer players or even old veterans its mechanics through the game? You know, like the king of the genre, like Rise Up, Street Fighter's back. The king of competitive fighting games, and like the thing that started the fighting game genre and then resurrected it again, like 20 years later, is this game that is only for competitive fans now? Like, really? Like, that's really strange to me. And I know they're adding the story mode and the challenges, and we'll have a single player eventually. But like launching in this state, it it, it feels like Anthony said, an early access game, and that's a real bummer because I would love to be able to be like, hey Anthony, you can buy this game. It teaches you like if Anthony came up to me and like I was really competitive into Killer Instinct the way I'm Street Fighter, he said, "Yo, can I play Street Fighter and learn it through the single player and be competitive on that?" I'd say absolutely, go buy it. With Street Fighter, like I would say no, come over to my house. Brennan and I will sit down and teach you how to play, and then maybe buy the game. Like what I would have done if I was the devs of Street Fighter is I would add a story mode where you play as each character and it teaches you the basics of each character, and not like you do regular fight that's like, okay, this is Ryu story mode. To beat this character, you have to beat him by mastering the Hadouken. You need to be able to do the Hadouken over and over and over and over and over again. So we're gonna have him stand at the opposite side of the screen and come at you, and you can fend him off other ways, but the ideal way and the way that's going to be easiest is if you keep throwing fireballs. And like, okay, he's going to knock you down, you need to get up with Dragon Punch. Okay, stuff like that. Simple stuff. Not stuff that's like, insanely difficult, like, here, do this 7-hit combo and string it into your super. um, that said, I think that would be a great way to start. And then after that, the challenge mode will be there to teach you the more complicated stuff. Like, okay, this is how you do like a Hadouken. This is how you do like a hit, and then the Hadouken into your super. This is how you like do a parry at the right time, and then when they're off guard, hit them with this. This is what a hit confirm is. This is why you want to hit confirm. Because that's what Killer Instinct's tutorials do. They say, all right, this is what this is. This is why it's important. And then Persona, it does something very similar, but for its own games mechanics, not fighting games in general. Which that's fine. If Street Fighter did that too. So I think like having an in-depth story mode and then the challenge modes be the stuff that teaches you like the more in-depth parts would be really cool. Like you learn like, all right, this is this character. These are their specials. This is how I do them. I've mastered those. All right. Now I'm going into the challenges, which those look cool. They earn me a lot of fight money for new characters and costumes. All right, what do I do? Okay, so I need to be able to do a V reversal into a Hadouken, or a V, or like I need to use my V skill at the parry at the right time, stuff like that. Will Capcom eventually implement stuff like this? Yeah, probably. Will it be before this game turns into another Street Fighter 3 where only like the super hardcore competitive fighting game fans play it? Maybe not. I hope that's not the case, because like I would love to be able to like have friends over and not have to teach them the game and just have them taught already. That said, teaching them the game, that might be Capcom's thing. Well, it's like, well, Street Fighter 2 and all our other Street Fighters, except for kind of 4, you kind of taught your friends the game, and then they learned, and I don't know. It's a mess. I think that just fighting game tutorials and story modes could be done better, and it would be better served if like developers focused on, hey, we made this awesome balanced fighting game, now let's find a way to teach people how to play it who aren't hardcore fans, so they don't have to go to their friends to learn. Anyway, that's my little tangent. Please follow us on Facebook, thegameraccess.com. Twitter at the Gamer Access, on twitch.tv/Gamer Access, where there is a donation button. Please donate. All of it goes to equipment and travel and things of that nature. And please be sure to comment. Thank you. Have a nice week.